Good morning, Math 9 students. Today, I'll discuss with you and I'll guide you how to do your performance task number 3. It's achieving 10,000 steps. So for today, we'll have our performance task, and tomorrow, you won't have a Zoom schedule because you will do your chapter test. Okay, let's start. Now, what materials do you need for our performance task achieving 10,000 steps? Now, you need to have a chalk or marker, or any marker will do, like a tape or a paper, as long as you can have that as your marker. The next is you need to have a measuring tape or stick. If you don't have one, then you can use your ruler, but be sure that your ruler is accurate in measuring. Now, what will you do? Here are some simple steps to follow. Ready? The first one, you mark your starting point. So, for example, I already did the experiment this morning. So I'll give it to you based on my experiment. Example, this is my starting point. Wait first. Then, after marking your starting point, you walk 10 steps from your starting point. So you walk, it's up to which direction. As long as here, the surface must be flat, no going up, no going down, flat surface. Walk 10 steps from your starting point, then stop, then mark your endpoint. Want to make it creative, you can also take photos. If it's available, you can print them or you can add them in your documentation. Now, what will you do next? Remember, this is 10 steps. With a measuring tape or stick, you need to measure your starting point and your end point in centimeters, or here. Actually, you can change this one into meters, or you can also change it into inches. As long the key is you need to be consistent. If it's in centimeters, all in centimeters. If it's in meters, do it all in meters. If it's in inches, do it all in inches. Now, then I'll measure it. Based on my measuring, my 10 steps will give me 5 meters. Okay, now, then you convert the distance covered to meters. So I told you, you can just use meters right away if you have a measuring stick. Sorry. The next one, you need to fill in the table. So let me fill it for my data. Now, what's unique in this performance task is, for sure, we have different paces. We have different, sorry. We have different pace length. We have different foot length. So I expect each to have a different measure with your 10 steps. So, ma'am, should it be a whole number? No. For example, if your answer is only 4.75 or 4.5, then you report it that way. You can have it up to 2 decimal places. So in my case, that's 5 meters. Next, we find the constant of variation. So for example, I'll write my steps in S. You can assign different numbers. And I'll write my distance in D. So it will be the distance is equal to KS. Let us solve for our constant of variation. Our distance is 5. Our K is missing. Our S is 10 steps. Divide both by 10. So my K, so my K will be 1/2, or that's 0.5. It's up to you whether you use fraction or a decimal. Then after solving for our constant of variation, we need to write our equation of variation. You can place there a number of steps times 0.5 is equal to the distance. Or in symbol, you can write it as D equals 0.5s. Now, what's the next thing to do? The next thing to do, another warning. Since I'm solving this in 5 meters, please do not, I hope your answer won't be in 5 meters also, or else you'll just copy my answer, okay? So no 5 meters in here for the distance covered. In case your answer is 5 meters, you can change the number of steps. You can make it 15, you can make it 20, so that our answers won't be the same in my sample, okay? The next one. Now you walk from your house to the academy building. But if you are not living inside the campus, you can consider your pickup point to the nearest store or neighbor's house as the end point. Now, ma'am, what if I'm not allowed to walk to the academy? Or what if I'm not allowed to go outside of the house? You find another destination, like up to your gate. If you're not allowed to go out, again, in doing your performance task, safety first. So do not risk your COVID-19 health for just to walk somewhere. So it could be to the gate, or it could be to the door, or it could be to a neighbor's house, or to the nearest building that you have. So count the number of steps that you took to reach your destination. So for example, you say, I tried it. My number of steps to the academy is about 800. That's 800 steps to the academy. Now, using your equation of variation. What's our equation of variation again? This one. In my case, okay? In your case, it might be different. For mine, that's D equals 0.5s. What is the appropriate distance from your house to the academy in my case? So I'll be solving for D. So D equals 0.5 times 800 steps. So it means 0.5, 400. The distance from the academy to my house, or from the house to the academy, is 400 meters based on my steps. Now, ma'am, is it possible that we have the same foot length, but we have different distances? Yes, because you see, when I walk with my 800 steps, it's possible that my pace length is not uniform. So sometimes my strides are longer, or sometimes my strides are shorter. Then the next one, number 9. Health experts say that we need to attain 10,000 steps a day to maintain good health. Using your equation of variation, in my case, that's D equals 0.5s. How many kilometers should you walk a day to achieve 10,000 steps? So let's solve again for the distance. How long should I walk? That's 10,000 steps. That will be 5,000 meters. Now the question is in kilometers. And remember, 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. So what do? We move a decimal point 3 steps to the left. So from here, a decimal point, 1, 2, 3 point. So 5 meters is equal to 5 kilometers. So based on my steps, I need to walk 5 kilometers a day to achieve my 10,000 steps. Now the last part of the PT, as you see, you just keep on doing the experiment, then solve. The last part is you need to make a poster promoting walking as daily exercise. You can use a page. Again, you can make a digital poster and send it in my Telegram, or you can make it with your pen, color pen, pencils, crayons, and make a whole page of poster. As long as, please do not submit a cartolina. Just utilize the page in your performance in your workbook number 3. And if you want to send it to me in Telegram, no problem. So what's in the poster? We promote walking as daily exercise. So for example, like this poster, again, the poster must be original. You must be the one who made the poster. So it could be like this, or an easy one, like walk 10,000 steps a day and get fit. It's up to you, okay? That is how we do our performance task number 3. An easy one, right?